Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sunil Verma. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to hold delegation-level talks with his Polish counterpart Donald Tusk in Warsaw today, to also interact with business leaders and influencers of Poland. India believes in dialogue and diplomacy to resolve conflicts, says Prime Minister in his address to Indian Diaspora. Government asks social media platforms to comply with Supreme Court order regarding identity of Kolkata rape victim. Death toll rises to 17 in pharma company explosion accident in Andhra Pradesh. Chief Minister N Chandrababu Naidu announces high-level investigation. To prevent underage marriages, Assam government approves bill to abolish Muslim Marriages and Divorce Registration Act and rules. And IMD forecasts very heavy rainfall in east, west, northwest and central parts of the country for next few days. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's on an official visit to Poland, will hold delegation-level talks with his Polish counterpart Donald Tusk in Warsaw today. The two leaders are expected to review bilateral relationship and exchange views on a range of issues. The meeting between the two sides will also offer an opportunity to explore other avenues. Mr. Modi will also call on President of Poland, Andrzej Duda. Prior to that, Prime Minister Modi will be accorded ceremonial welcome. He will also lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. The Prime Minister will also interact with business leaders and Polish influencers. Last night, addressing the Indian Diaspora in Warsaw, Mr. Modi said, "Today's India seeks to connect with everyone and wants the development and welfare of all." He said for decades, India had a policy of maintaining distance from other countries, but the policy of today's India is to remain close to all nations. The Prime Minister stated that India's stance is clear, that this is not an era of war and India believes in dialogue and diplomacy to resolve conflicts. The Prime Minister reached Warsaw last evening in the first leg of his two-nation visit to Poland and Ukraine. In a social media post, he said, "This visit will add momentum to the India-Poland friendship and benefit the people of these two nations." Our correspondent reports that this is the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Poland in the past 45 years.
Poland is an important partner for India in Central Europe. The bilateral trade between India and Poland is substantial and it is of the order of $6 billion, which makes Poland India's largest trading partner in Central and Eastern Europe. India's investment into Poland is estimated at around $3 billion and the Polish investment into India is about $1 billion. A number of Indian companies have active business presence in Poland which are engaged in various sectors including IT, electronics, pharmaceuticals, steel, metals and chemicals. Nearly 30 companies of Poland are engaged in various business activities in India. Anand Kumar for Akashvani News.
In the second and final leg of his two-nation tour, the Prime Minister will reach Ukraine tomorrow on the invitation of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Back home, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has asked the social media platforms operating in India to comply with the recent Supreme Court order related to the identity of the deceased in RG Medical College incident. The Supreme Court in its order has directed that all references to the name of the deceased, along with photographs and video clips depicting the deceased, be promptly removed from all social media platforms and electronic media. In light of this order, the ministry said that failure to comply with the Supreme Court's order may result in legal consequences and further regulatory action. In the wake of the recent case of sexual assault of two minor girls in a private school in Ghatkopar in Thane district of Maharashtra, the state government yesterday approved the appointment of an administrator. The government resolution GR has also been issued, making new arrangements to ensure the safety of school students in the backdrop of recent incidents. We have more from our correspondent.
The GR mandates the installation of CCTV cameras at all prime locations in all the schools across the state within a period of 1 month. On the lines of Vishakha guidelines, schools are to form student security committees within a week. To review all these arrangements, their implementation and their effectiveness, the government has approved a committee with the School Education Commissioner as its chairperson along with other members. It has also been stated that any bad incident involving a school student must be reported to the concerned education officer within 24 hours. Ankita Apte, Akashvani News, Mumbai.
To prevent the menace of child marriage in the state, the Assam government has decided to introduce a new bill to abolish the Assam Muslim Marriages and Divorce Registration Act and Rules of 1935. The new bill replacing it will be tabled in the Assembly in the next session. Earlier this year, the State Cabinet decided to abolish the Act, and yesterday's meeting authorized the repealing bill required to implement this decision. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma stated that the Cabinet has taken a significant step to ensure justice for the daughters and sisters of Assam by adding additional safeguards against child marriage. The autumn session of the Assam Legislative Assembly will begin today. This is the first session after the Lok Sabha polls, and state government is scheduled to introduce several key bills. The 5-day-long session is scheduled to conclude on the 30th of August. Madhya Pradesh has achieved a significant milestone by becoming the first state in India to formalize rules allowing the digital issuance of summons and warrants. This pioneering initiative permits the use of electronic methods such as email, messaging apps like WhatsApp, and text messages in its judicial processes. More from our correspondent.
The Madhya Pradesh Home Department has officially published the Madhya Pradesh Electronic Process Issuance, Service and Execution Rules 2024 in the Madhya Pradesh Gazette. Appreciating this initiative, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Dr. Mohan Yadav said that this development, sanctioned under the country's new law, the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita 2023, aims to accelerate judicial procedure, fortify legal proceedings and enhance the efficiency of judicial system. According to the Gazette notification, these new rules apply when the concerned individual uses messaging apps such as WhatsApp or other digital communication methods. For individuals unfamiliar with digital communication services, summons and warrants will continue to be served in the conventional manner. Sanjeev Sharma, Akashvani News, Bhopal.
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. In Andhra Pradesh, the death toll has reached 17 in yesterday's reactor explosion at Essentia Pharma Company in Achyutapuram SEZ of Anakapalli district. Chief Minister N Chandrababu Naidu has announced that a high-level investigation would be conducted to determine the cause of the accident. The CM added that strict action will be taken against the factory management if found negligent. He has expressed deep sorrow over the loss of lives and assured that the government will take full responsibility for supporting every victim. Mr. Naidu is scheduled to visit Achyutapuram today. The first National Space Day 2024 will be celebrated across the country tomorrow in recognition of India's soft landing Chandrayaan-3 Vikram lander in the south polar region of the moon. On the occasion, Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium in Bengaluru has planned several events. Speaking exclusively to Akashvani News in Bengaluru, the director of the planetarium and former ISRO scientist, Dr. B.R. Guruprasad, informs about the activities planned on the National Space Day.
Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium Bengaluru is organizing many interesting events, educational events. Especially I would like to mention that we will be exhibiting quite large models of Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft showing the propulsion module as well as the Vikram lander and Pragyan rover. We will be exhibiting a model of LVM-3 which launched Chandrayaan-3, and we are planning to exhibit conspicuous model which shows the path taken by Chandrayaan-3 to the moon and the way it landed.
India Meteorological Department IMD has forecast very heavy rainfall over the east, west, northwest and central parts of the country during the next 4 days. Heavy rainfall is also likely in some parts of the South Peninsula during the next 7 days. The weather agency has forecast heavy rainfall over Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Konkan and Goa till 26th of August. Heavy rainfall is also expected in Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram and Tripura during the next 5 days. Meanwhile, there is no let-up in the flood situation in Tripura due to continuous rainfall. With the IMD forecasting an alert for extremely heavy rainfall for today, the state machinery is on its toes to mitigate the impact and provide relief to the people. As the flood water has entered into the habitation areas, people are facing tough times. Major rivers like Gomti and Muhuri are flowing above the danger level and have destroyed hectares of cropping fields. Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha conducted an on-ground assessment of the flood-affected areas in Agartala and visited shelter houses to take stock of the situation and ensure timely support to those in need. The Chief Minister has also directed all the medical officers to visit relief camps and do health checkups. The Czech police evacuated 582 people from the vicinity of a chemical plant in the country's northwest region after an unexploded bomb was found there yesterday. The Czech refining and petrochemical company said that an unexploded aerial bomb from World War II was found during excavation work in a remote part of the Orlen Unipetrol plant near Litvinov. The police said that the bomb weighing 250 kilograms will remain in place until August the 27th. A crisis team is now meeting to decide on the next course of action. The Kerala government has announced a cash reward of 2 crore rupees for former Indian hockey goalkeeper PR Srijesh, honouring him for winning bronze medal at Paris Olympics. The decision was taken during a cabinet meeting presided over by Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan yesterday. The Kerala government said the Great Wall of Indian hockey, PR Srijesh, made India and Kerala proud by securing a second Olympic medal at the 2024 Paris Olympics. PR Srijesh hails from Ernakulam district of Kerala. Meanwhile, the Indian men's hockey team received a grand welcome by fans and Odisha government when it arrived at the Bhubaneswar airport yesterday. The team was honoured with a thrilling open-top bus parade in the city for their back-to-back Olympic glory. Indian wrestler Ronak Dahiya won bronze medal in men's Greco-Roman 110 kilograms event at Under-17 World Wrestling Championship in Jordan yesterday. Dahiya defeated Turkish wrestler Emrullah Chapkan 6-1 in the crucial medal match. With this, India has finished their campaign in men's Greco-Roman category with 2 bronze medals in the championship. Khelo India's Asmita Yogasan League of the East Zone will begin at Patliputra Sports Complex in Bihar's capital Patna today. Bihar Yogasan Sports Association is hosting the league for the first time. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Shagun Chopra.
Thank you, Sunil. Prime Minister Modi's visit to Poland and Ukraine is front-page news in most dailies. The PM will share perspectives on peaceful resolution of the ongoing Ukraine conflict with Ukrainian President Zelensky, writes the Asian Age. Fire caused by reactor blast at Andhra Pradesh pharma plant that has killed 17 workers is the top headline in The Hindu. Claiming a possible 100 million small retailers are likely to be affected, Piyush Goyal red flags e-commerce boom and asks, is predatory pricing good for the country, reports Business Standard. And finally, data shared by the centre reveals that although fewer girls are enrolled in private schools compared to boys, they consistently outperform their male counterparts in board exams, overcoming bias of parents in education spending, writes the Times of India. And with that, it's back to you, Sunil.
Thank you, Shagun. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to hold delegation-level talks with his Polish counterpart, Donald Tusk, in Warsaw today, to also interact with business leaders and influencers of Poland. India believes in dialogue and diplomacy to resolve conflict, says Prime Minister in his address to Indian Diaspora. Government asks social media platforms to comply with Supreme Court order regarding identity of Kolkata rape victim. Death toll rises to 17 in pharma company explosion accident in Andhra Pradesh. Chief Minister N Chandrababu Naidu announces high-level investigation. To prevent underage marriages, Assam government approves bill to abolish Muslim Marriages and Divorce Registration Act and rules. And IMD forecasts very heavy rainfall in east, west, northwest and central parts of the country for next few days. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.
आकाशवाणी